How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. First and foremost, I like to give Benjamin Cook a shout out. Thank you for giving me a heads up on this story. I didn't know, and I probably would have found much later. But again, thank you again, Benjamin Cook. So, let's get into this, my royal family. 4 Chicago police officers fired over statements. Again, statements they made after another officer fatally shot LAQUAN McDONALD. The officers had a duty to act with honesty, integrity, and to accurately and completely report their observations, the police board wrote. Now, I have something I'm going to read to y'all on this same article, but I'm going to jump over here. It's the same one, and everything will be here. And something that I've been pointing out, what really get police officers fired. Okay, so the other 3 officers, all of whom were on the scene, gave statements about shooting, and the board found that each of the 3 officers failed in their duty, either by outright lying or by shedding the truth. The statements were critical because they would be used by investigators to determine whether the shootings of McDonald was justified or whether a crime occurred, the board wrote. Their conduct is antithetical to that expected and required of a sworn law enforcement officer, the police board wrote in the decision Thursday. Okay, let me skip this. So, okay, none of the 4 officers fired by the police board were charged criminally. However, they were stripped of police powers and assigned to desk duty as their case proceeded, the Associated Press reported. And when I first got on YouTube, this is one of the first stories that I reported, but I lost that channel. So, when you first, put these channels together, your first stories really stick out. Just to let you know how long they've been dicking around, with like 5 years on this. So let me read the other part of this. Okay, here's the other part. The board said in its decision Thursday that Franco, that was the head cop, had the opportunity to watch the dash cam video in the hours after the incident, but admitted that while he watched bits and pieces of the video, he did not watch the whole video despite being tasked with reviewing officers' report. The board found that Franco not watching the entire video was incredible. Outright lie, like they always do. A fatal officer-involved shooting had occurred, and perhaps the key piece of contemporaneous, that's the best I can pronounce it, evidence as to what had happened was available to Sergeant Franco for hours, the board wrote. So I'll leave it right there, and I'm going to close this out sweet. So I got a few videos to present to the royal family.
Chicago Police Board voting tonight to dismiss 4 Chicago police officers in connection to the alleged cover-up of the deadly police shooting of LAQUAN McDONALD in 2014. Sergeant Stephen Franco and officers Janet Mondragon, Daphne Sebastian, and Ricardo Viramontes were accused of making false statements and reports about the shooting in an effort to have it deemed justified. This police dashcam video told a different story, prompting public outcry. Former Chicago police officer Jason Van Dyke was convicted of second-degree murder in the killing of McDonald. He's currently serving a nearly 7-year sentence. The Chicago Fraternal Order of Police spoke out against the board's decision to fire the sergeant and 3 officers. They're calling for the board to be dissolved.
You are not a political forum. This is a forum where justice is served. It is obvious that this police board has outserved its usefulness.
Shut it down!
Outside police headquarters tonight, demonstrators push for more oversight of CPD.
There's only one way to hold the Chicago police accountable, and it's through enacting CPAC, an all-elected civilian police accountability council that monitors police crimes. It's over and over, police officers are being let off after killing black and brown people in the inner cities.
All right. So, let me shut that
Going
down.
to the Shawn Mendes Verizon
Let's shut that down, my royal family, and go on to this next video.
Tonight, we learned the punishment for the Chicago police officers accused of covering up for their colleague Jason Van Dyke in the LAQUAN McDonald shooting. Van Dyke was found guilty of fatally shooting McDonald. The veteran police officer was convicted in October. Tonight, a police board recommended firing the other officers involved. NBC5's Patrick Fazio is live at Chicago Police Headquarters right now with more on tonight's decision. Patrick.
Yeah, Allison, 4 members of the police force were fired tonight. The police board voted to terminate them 3 months after hearing testimony and evidence.
All in favor?
The Chicago Police Board voted to fire a sergeant and 3 officers in connection to the 2014 fatal shooting of LaQuan McDonald.
Guilty of violating rules.
The board fired them for covering up for Officer Jason Van Dyke, who shot McDonald 16 times and is serving nearly 7 years in prison for second-degree murder.
These 4 people, unfortunately, are getting fired because of what other people did or didn't do. And these police officers did their job.
The Fraternal Order of Police got heated defending the fired officers Ricardo Viramontes, Janet Mondragon, Daphne Sebastian, and Sergeant Stephen Franco.
Will no doubt lead to more violence in the city and quite likely more violence against the police, because officers understand that by your ruling, an officer can be fired or indicted merely responding to a job.
The FOP has made it our top priority that this board be dissolved.
Before the meeting,
no justice, no peace.
Protests over the Civilian Office of Police Accountability clearing an off-duty officer last month for the 2016 fatal shooting of Joshua Beal. The report says the officer identified himself as police and that Beal failed to comply with orders to drop his gun. Beal's attorney says he was a legal gun owner who felt threatened by the off-duty officer's actions. Now, protesters also want Officer Robert Riamo fired for a separate fatal shooting, and the police board is considering it. As far as the 4 officers fired tonight, they can go to court to try to get their jobs back. Earlier this year, a judge cleared 3 other officers on charges of covering up for Jason Van Dyke. Reporting live at police headquarters, Patrick Fazio, NBC5 News.
So, let me go back over here, because I want to look at this fat slop motherfucker that I just reported on. What is getting these pigs fired is making false statements. Now get what I'm saying, my royal family. If they would tell the truth, as fucked up as it is, they would have all had their jobs. You get what I'm saying? Because they lied. Because they lied. And I just reported a video, I didn't do so many of them, that I'm paying attention to language, because they go straight in cover-up mode, and it's a contradiction based on what you see that they film themselves and what they put on paper. And they will never, ever get it. They're going to keep lying, because that's how they do it. It's a contradiction. If they would have told verbatim and the truth, as fucked up as it is, they would all had their jobs. They would all have their jobs. And then the Fraternal Order, they sitting up there sniveling with that old dried up demonic looking motherfucker, like, oh, the cops are always being attacked. No, they're being attacked by your own, because you treat your own differently. When y'all see us, y'all literally will kill us, even our royal babies, in 3 seconds. Y'all come out guns a-blazing. And y'all have a lot of protection. A lot of protection. So that's bullshit. So they lost their jobs because they lied on the paper. I wonder, will any of them ever get it? Because I know that y'all ass over here listening. Are you going to go tell your folks, next time you kill a black person, tell the truth according to how it's being filmed, and you'll keep your job. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. And you see how long this shit took. It's amazing what people can do on other people's dimes. See, if this started coming out of they pockets, oh, it'd be a whole different system. It really would. So what I have here for the royal family that I will put along with the article is I have the board's decision. Some people like reading this stuff. It's 55 pages of their decision and blah, 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 blah. So I have that there for the royal family. And so it is a shame that, let's see here, LAQUAN, after all this time, our royal son, never ever got any justice at all. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over. How do you dismiss 16 bullets? In the word, 16 means love. And we know what 17 means. Overcoming the enemy and a complete victory. So, I don't see it as a complete victory. But in their personal lives, they will feel the wrath. Things that we will not witness, because trust and believe, we know this, they will be judged. So I'm speaking into the universe very clearly. You get no peace. Your family get no peace. Your finances will never ever be straight. No, you will be ridiculed on the streets of America. People will shun you wherever you go. What little friends that you have will grow distant. You will pay some kind of way. So, again, Benjamin Cook, thank you. Thank you very, very much, because I'm very passionate when it comes to this story, because this is, again, the first one that I did. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.